What is going down, TSL? Good morning from Las Vegas.
Hello.
Dale Snitterman joining me today. Let me move that camera a little bit.
Got my name completely wrong, but it's okay.
Did I? How do you say it?
Snyderhan.
Snyderhan.
And as vocally as possible.
I'm really good at messing up names, which is going to happen a lot during this tag team tournament. I'm going to guarantee that because I only have last names, not first names, so this is going to be very entertaining.
Yes, I found out that the best thing to do is just to pretend like you're right the whole time.
So, TSL 4, day number 2, CombatCon, Flamingo Hotel and Resort. Tag team tournament this morning, exotics this afternoon. The tag team will be getting underway in about a few minutes. I'd say 1 or 2, maybe 5.
We got some great teams too.
Yeah?
I've been walking around interviewing. You know what I like about this time around is that when I talk to them, a lot of the people know each other and they fight with each other, which is very important for this tag team. I mean, you really need to know your partner, like, you know, the situations that are going to be better for them and the situations that are going to be better for you.
Definitely. Living in the same state as your partner
is very important.
Yeah, it is. Stream's coming in clear. Let us know how we're sounding. We will be switching to action here momentarily.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Dale, talk about a couple more teams that you were walking around and talking to this morning.
So I was talking with Mark Carrico and David Laudenslager, and they have been fighting with each other out in Northern California. They got a bye going around, and what's interesting about that is if Charlie Cummings and Terry beat their first or win their first match, then they're together, and honestly, when I talk about teams that are going to work really well together, those are the two teams that I thought, you know what, had the best chance of taking this. So it's interesting that in the second level of matches, we could very well see one of the two top teams fighting, and that would be Terry and Charlie versus Mark Carrico and David Laudenslager, who I have as.
You think we're going to see that? We're going to see that in round 2, right? We are going to see that in round 2. We are going to see that match in round 2.
If Terry and Charlie win, which I think is, I mean, they're very good fighters.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen. But I would put my money comfortably on Terry and Charlie to get through round 1.
Yeah, round 2 is going to be intense.
That's going to be a beast.
That fight.
That's going to be a beast.
And you know what's great about those two fights is, you know, not only is Terry and Charlie such a great team, because they work together. I mean, they make this happen together.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, like when they're not, I'm sure that if they ever have disagreements, they're probably sparring it out, you know. So
they warmed each other up. They were out there getting after it, getting ready, and I think they look focused. They focused.
So you heard me. What teams are you looking at?
Jared Graham, Chris Besserell out of Florida. I talked about them on one of my preview videos. I love their contradictory styles. The Maddens, Lauren Madden, after winning the women's title yesterday in that amazing final match, tag teaming with her husband Jay, who
she has to be.
That's going to be a dangerous team. That's going to be a dangerous, I think, sleeper team, which is crazy to say that. And then. Who else? I was looking at a couple on here.
You got the Mando buddies over there, Hayden and Jesse Gill.
Yep.
Those two should be fun. You know, they're talking about seeing the flying squirrel, which I tell Jesse gets him in just as much trouble as it gets him out of it.
Tom Diamartino and Gerard.
Yes.
Saint Germain.
Has to be, you know, a sleeper that I was looking at was David Ortiz and Joe Pavlenko. I mean, they're both from SoCal. They've been sparring each other for 2-3 years now, and they are completely different in their fighting style. Again, I think they can be a sleeper horse.
Those contradictory styles. Let's see how those kind of play out throughout the day. And then there's a lot of teams that I don't really know what to expect.
I don't either. I mean, I sat there and I talked to them. I said, "Are you ready?" And they're out here. They say they're ready.
Just like yesterday, though, there were names yesterday. I had no idea who was coming out, and a lot of them impressed. A lot of them impressed on a high level too, especially in the 50 plus. Because I was less familiar with, I'd say, most of the names in the 50 plus. The women's, I was much more familiar with most of the competitors.
I think some of the names that came out and ended up fighting in the 50 plus, I go, no.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, you're talking so many years of experience. Did you get a chance to check out any of the action? Yeah.
I thought that the matches were intense. Let me tell you something about Gerard Saint Germain. He's from SoCal too, and I watched him fight in Jesse Gill in the last Dark Watch, And they're not going to allow him to do it today, but he had a really cool fighting style where he actually pulls the stap apart and goes to two-handed, then puts it back together as a stap. You know, it's not something that I think they're ready to accept yet because, you know, there's safety issues that are involved. But, you know, he's got a wushu style, man, that is just intense. It's so fun to watch. And you watched him at the end of him do a spin for the win.
Right, yes.
And that's got to be yesterday's.
That spin out, the spin out in the, what was that, round 2? Or was it round 1 of the 50-plus?
It was round 2.
That was amazing.
It was for the win.
Yeah, it was. It was the 10th point.
Yeah.
Spin out. It was
so good.
He nailed another one in his next match, too. He didn't win that match. No, he did win that match. But he nailed another one.
He says is if I'm going up, I'm looking good. I'm looking bad. I'm going to do something.
Right.
You know, and that's what I find in. And he had this. I mean, I honestly told him that I would like to see him fight staff, but he's going to fight two-handed later on. I know we're in exotics.
Exotics is going to be fun. We can preview exotics a little bit.
Above his head.
Okay, let's talk about exotics a little bit while we're getting ready here.
I mean, we're getting ready. There's so much I want to talk about. You know.
Here we go. Director Riley's talking. All right, we got Ring 2 is not going to be covered today. We are only covering Ring 1.
Which is the most important ring.
And, yeah, the semifinals, the quarters will all happen in Ring 1.
I do request...
Ring 2 will only be used...
I do request that when we see Charlie and Terry
part of
going
Ring 2.
at it, that I think they should be in Ring 1. I want to call that match. I'm making...
Yeah, no,
I'm making a formal request.
I think I'm going to tell... We're going to tell them that has to go in round 1. Or in Ring 1.
Yeah, Ring 1.
So, all right, let's actually switch to the ring cam right now. Because we're going to be getting ready to go to action.
Oh, man, isn't it exciting to
Enjoy
know
the tag team tournament.
Isn't it exciting to know that our tournament is at capacity this year?
It is. 80 fighters tomorrow is going to be phenomenal. We have 24 teams competing today.
It's intense.
And we've only previewed a small number.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're barely talking. And again, there are sleeper horse teams that are out there. I mean, you know, a lot of these teams, they fight together all the time. And you know, they know each other, and now sometimes it just comes down to who can get the point today.
Yeah. Who can get the point today?
Who's put in more training?
Now let's talk about the format for the tag team tournament a little bit. And
so you're more more on that.
It's going to be a single elimination, but it is going to be a best of 3. So this is some similar to a championship series event. It'll be a best of 3 rounds, but it's still single elimination.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an interesting twist. Unlike yesterday, it's going to be a running time in the rounds instead of a stopped in between
I
hits.
love the idea of a single elimination. You have the best of 3, which, you know, I think best of 3 is really the way to go, because you have not only do you have during each round to figure out what the other person is doing, I always say you have 3 points to figure out how to beat the person you're going against. Now that's 3 point up, 3 points down. It's your chance to figure out what you need to do to make up those 3 points, or to continue your point advantage. You know, anything over 4, it's really hard to come back. And I heard you calling that yesterday, that, you know, once you get to that point, it's really hard to get back.
It is, especially with these being, the format makes it tough. You know what I mean? Because in the championship series, you can lose a round and come back the next round and you reset, right?
Mm-hmm.
But these, it's literally one shot. So it'll be interesting to see how the championship series mixed with the tournament, you know, brackets will do.
And then with the tag team stuff, you have a chance to step out and go, what did I do wrong? You don't get that ever.
No.
And it's almost like, who takes advantage of that the best? Who changes up their style? Because, you know, a lot of these fighters out here fight in 2 different styles, even 3 different styles. You know, who's going to switch it up enough to take that win?
Right.
I mean, this is really strategy at its best right now.
Definitely. Who's worked close enough together to, you know, develop a real team dynamic, and how are they going to use that to, you know, their advantage?
It's going to be I think some of the older guys actually have an advantage, you know, because they've been down before.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these guys that all they do is win. When they're down, they're down. And so a lot of the older guys well, hey, I've been down before, I've been down points before, and they've come back from it. They know the change that needs to be made. I think a lot of the people who are veterans who have fought in the championship series matches, they're gonna be the guys to look at. I think
they know how to make adjustments on the fly. They know when they need to change their strategy.
Yeah.
And that experience is invaluable.
It really is important. If you don't know how to change up, make yourself feel a little bit more comfortable while you're fighting, then there's just not a lot of ways to come back from it. That's why I'm saying these veterans, they're going to be the guys to look at. These guys who've been fighting TSL since TSL 1 to TSL 2. I know I came out to TSL 2, which is the first TSL event that I went to, and I was a vendor that time.
Okay.
Yeah. This is years back now.
Yeah, that was the first. The TSL 2 was when I started announcing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I showed up. Just a little story while we're getting ready here. I showed up to TSL 2 to do some of my Base Boy banner stuff.
Yeah.
For my YouTube channel, and just because they contacted me and said, hey, let's work together. We're both in Minnesota. Let's see if we can help each other. And I showed up, shot my video, and I was just kind of hanging out. And I saw Mike Madonna running the live stream, and they had a live cam up. They had a mic.
Aaron Riley running in, throwing his patches out like a ninja.
Yeah, the directing, it was great. When he wears the all white and stuff. And then I just saw the camera sitting there. I saw the mic sitting there. No one was talking, but they had this action going on, and no one was explaining it to what was going on. I was like, hey, can I sit down and kind of, start commentating?
Is that when? Because I remember Shamim was doing a little bit of commentating.
A little bit, yeah.
Too, but he was also a vendor as well.
Yes.
Which was so cool because you gotta love this community, right?
Oh, yes.
Shamim was sitting there and literally fixing people's sabers on the fly, while announcing, while vendoring, while selling, while explaining his stuff. And he was able to do that, and most people wouldn't have been able to fight if it wouldn't been for him. So the
Shamim is a beautiful human being. He is to this day one of my favorite people. He was one of the first people I ever met. That first day I met Terry
I think when
them
you talk
in the
about
park.
TSL, you have to talk about Shamim a little bit.
Yeah, such a great guy. All right, I think we're actually going to get going here. We have Tony Lucian and Brian Williams going up against Jesse Gill and
Hayden.
Yep.
Unknown first name, Jason Hayden.
Jason
right?
Hayden. Double J.
Yeah.
Team Double J.
Yeah.
I made that up.
We did, right now.
Some names will be real from the teams, and some names will be made up by me. You get to try to figure out which is which. Fun game we're going to play today.
I've named Jesse Gill the Flying Squirrel.
Can I get a shout out to my family watching the live stream?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it looks like we're getting a little bit of lag here. Let me check the stream health, and then
we're going to give you a shout out to. He has glasses.
Looks like we got better. Eric Halston's family. We're a big shout out to them watching from Minnesota. Shout out to anybody from Minnesota watching. The temperature in the fighting room is better than the temperature outside. And better than it was yesterday. So
and there's no locusts anymore.
I'm very comfortable.
There was a locust scare.
Yep. All right, here we go. All the hugs are
we're
given
huggers.
out.
Yeah.
Judges are ready. Fighters are ready. We got actually action going in ring 2. You can see it a little bit. I'm not familiar with who's over there. No, it's Phil Seward and Jamil versus Susan Parker and Nidia. But we're not going to be covering that ring. We're just sticking on ring 1 today.
Yep.
It's just easier. Last year was
Could
too
you
much
imagine?
trying to cover 2 rings. Last year was madness.
I know, and I wasn't even here to help you. I was here.
Hopefully the leg's gotten
better.
better. Let me know. All right, Director Melody's gotten the fighters ready.
Looks like Jesse's going to be stepping in first.
Yep, Jesse versus Tony starting off. Let's go. Opening round of the tag team tournament underway.
What you're going to expect in this one is a high-intensity match. Jesse doesn't play around when he gets in there. It's going to be high intensity, a little bit of flourish, of course.
Definitely.
But see, did you see how Jesse totally left himself open with that flourish?
Jesse's vastly improved from last year.
Has.
Last year was his first time in the tournament, and I think that
it's going to come down to taking advantage of those flourishes that he doesn't. A lot of times we have tried to talk to him. Hey, those flourishes going to leave you open.
Right. 1-0 though. Tony does get that opening point.
Yes, he does.
So.
Yeah, there it is. Both going in for a thrust in that one. That blue thrust looked a little low to me.
No point. No point.
Simo.
Director Melody calling a simultaneous.
See, everybody's still getting used to the rules.
Simul. It's our first
directors.
tag team tournament, so we're definitely, you know, working out the kinks. Simultaneous, do get a switch. We forgot to mention that earlier.
Yes. I probably interrupted you.
No, I forgot actually. Ooh, right up in the mask.
Strike.
Jason.
Red does get the point on that one.
Okay.
They are. They're both just. I think they're feeling each other out at this moment. You know, kind of how it starts. You got to feel yourself out, your opponent out.
There's always that feeling out the period in any fight, really. You know, and with the 3 rounds, you got more time to do it. You know, in that single elimination 1 round, you have no time. You got to win the round.
It's really going to be up to the guys on the side to sort of watch what's going on and figure that out too. See what your teammate's doing that's working. See what your teammate's doing that isn't working. Oh, switched out. Jesse's back in. See how he's gripping from the back too, which you do lose strength, but it gives you a little bit more. So Jesse's gripping from the back of his saber.
Okay.
Notice that. But what you notice here in red is he's gripping more mid, which is going to give him a lot more power to bat him away.
Okay.
So now it's going to be Jesse to sort of see how he's gripping it from the back.
Yep.
He's going to be able to get in.
Oh, he got
very
in.
Nice.
4-2 now. Blue with a 2-point lead.
What do they say? Sometimes it's better to just get around their blade and hit them. Oh, right to the leg. He's just getting in there. It's that extra distance he's getting with the way he's gripping his weapon. All right, they did go for a switch. I think that was a good switch because Jesse just had his number. And Jesse's with the way he's gripping his saber, is not gonna do as good up against a 2-handed fighter. Oh, but he got in.
Oh. The audio's ahead. 2 minutes left in round 1. 4-3 now. Blue still with a 1-point advantage.
Anybody's game at this point.
All right, I think I can fix the audio, maybe. Apparently the audio's ahead about 1 second on the video, which happens with live streaming at times.
Does.
So.
Oh, nice. Did you see how he just backed his head up, went in for the strike? Really good strike there.
Blue gets another point. 5 points. Team switching sides.
They're doing good. Jesse and Hayden, I think they have their. They've been working together. I like how they talk outside of the ring. Like, what's the plan? What's the strategy?
Let me know if that maybe fixed the audio problem slightly, or made it worse. We got a hold. Simultaneous, switching at that. 5-3, Blue with a 1-point advantage. I am monitoring the chat, so
yep,
they're letting us know all the good stuff. Thank you guys too. I appreciate that.
Oh, he tried to come in from underneath with that thrust towards the head. Probably a good thing he didn't hit that one. It did look like it was going for his neck.
honor call there. 5-4 now.
5-4. We got to fight. That's what's nice. I don't like when
1 minute
one's too
in round
high.
1.
Oh, there he is. Blocks, just skewers the tempo by hitting his blade and jumping in.
Red gets a point. 5-5 now, tied up.
Oh, wow. Came from underneath, dropped it on his arm.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad that worked. Thank you. The audio fixed.
Good.
So.
Oh, we got Jesse up again. Jesse's had his number, but see how he's just jumping in.
I saw a
couple hits on that.
No.
No call.
No stoppage.
Yeah, hey.
Keep going until you hear the whistle. Now a hold's called. Nothing called. Blue gets a point.
Blue point.
Time has expired. Blue does win the opening round.
So the point came in at the very end.
Yep. Right at the last second. Round 1 goes to our blue team. Tony Lucian and Brian Williams out of Minnesota.
the interesting one with that is trying to figure out who's going to fight who. And I think that Jesse and Hayden have a really good plan. They just kind of need to stick with it. That was, and then the other team came back.
And that's just round one. You got 2 more rounds potentially to get it right. So take what you learned out of that round, and now let's see how they adapt going into round number 2.
I'll say the biggest issue that I saw with that one is that I think the red team, right, got a little bit too aggressive.
Jesse and Jason.
I
Team
feel
Double
like,
J.
I feel like they may have gotten a little aggressive in the end. You know, it's hard when you're protecting points, right? It's really difficult as a fighter, and I've been there. I mean, I've been up 3-4 points before, and then ended up losing just because sometimes you get caught protecting points.
Yeah.
But with them, they almost got a little too aggressive. They were jumping into the strikes, and if this Minnesota team can
we saw that a lot yesterday.
Yeah.
Is people just leaving the saber out there and allowing their opponent really to just run into it. That can be an effective, not even strategy, but just happenstance of,
You'll see it all day tomorrow in singles as well, especially because, what we're trying to work with in Arizona is actually stepping off the line when going forward, because that alleviates that. If you step away, I mean, we're not playing Street Fighter. You don't have to go straight in.
Work laterally.
Yeah. So we're working on that here in Arizona. And
you want to work laterally to move forward instead of, straight ahead.
We're not playing Street Fighter, you know?
Yeah. Hit him with the zigzag.
Yeah.
Bob and weave. Here we go. Round number 2. Match number, technically 2 of the first round. Because match 1's going on in ring number 2, but we're not covering that. Looks like they're getting ring number 3 going too. So
yeah, and speeding it up, huh?
We got Tony and Jason in there now. Red point. Now, if you can't tell, they have a red or blue sashes. Not sashes. What are those hanging down?
Yeah, in the first one, it was hard because he's wearing a red thing on his armor over there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, is he red? Or who's red here? Because he's got the red sat right there.
So
that's very confusing.
Yeah, well, it's a blue stripe hanging down from their pants, so it's even harder to see on the fighter in black and red. Yeah. Brian.
So
Williams.
I thought he was red.
All right.
Hey, I've been up since 4.
It's 1-1 right now. Yeah, drove in from Lake Havasu this morning. Appreciate you making it out.
I wish I was here yesterday. You guys had some great fights to call. Oh, did you see that back and forth as he moved in?
Good honor call. Red takes
I would call that a red too. It did look like it came down on the arm just a split second quicker.
Tabards. I love the chat. They teach me things.
All day.
It's called the tabard. Tabards. Probably pronouncing that wrong.
It's a tabard there, Thor.
Thank you. I see they got some shiny ones over in ring 3. We're gonna see those. We can get these over there for the live stream.
Right.
But here we go. We got 3-1 now. Red with another point.
I think Red learned.
Fighters just switched.
Red definitely learned, but now I always say you have 3 points to figure out what to do next. So it's up to this Minnesota team to figure him. Look at that. Yeah, just those hard
nice
strikes.
Nice dodging.
Oh, but he just came in right from the side. The Minnesota team. Blue came in, hit him in the elbow.
Wow.
There you go. We got a fight now, 3-2. Red is up. Oh, just dodged it right to the head. What a strike from Jesse.
Red gets another
Just
point.
dodged it right out and said, tap. Don't miss me. I'm going to hit you in the head.
Love those head taps. Helmet taps.
Yes, of course. Oh, and he said, hey,
he got him right back. Tip for tap.
Tap me in the head. I'm going to tap your arm,
They gave me a pronunciation, tabards.
Yes. You have to love them.
They gave me a pronunciation yesterday on a name, so thank you, live chat, for helping me immensely.
Yes. So it looks like Red is up now, 5-3. They will be switching sides. They were up last time too, and the Minnesota team just came in and said, nope, not giving it away that easy.
5-3, Red with a 2-point advantage.
What I like with Jesse is he's really just aggressive. It can be in detriment sometimes, but he's had him. Oh, see, I think that was a hilt strike first.
I saw a hilt
strike from Red, then Blue hit him.
Oh, Blue gets the point though.
Okay.
All right, so 5-4 now. Just back to a 1 point.
It did look like a hilt strike, but they can see things a little bit better than us.
They're a lot closer.
Yeah.
Good honor by Red. Blue gets another point, ties it up at
there
5.
You go. It might be time to call your ready in. That's what the great part about this is.
Know when to tag out, right?
Yep.
Know when to maybe
He
switch
has
it up.
had him. Jesse has been able to sort of get in on him before, but if somebody figures you out.
Ooh, that was a nice little jump swing.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I saw Blue on the shoulder first.
I did. I think this is the time. Now that they're up, Blue is up 6-5.
3 straight
It
points.
might be the time.
Three
Might be
straight
the time
points
to
from
switch
Blue.
out. See, he knew Jesse was playing the
hold on.
back game. Oh, did we knock out?
No, we're good. We're good.
You just stuck on a bag.
No, it's something.
Blue point. Blue is up now 7-6. It's really up to them. Jesse's been basically, they've counted on these two to finish this.
All right.
With an honor call. Great thrust.
People in front of the camera, so I had to move them for you guys.
Yes.
We got ring 3 going, so it's madness in here.
Oh, now there they go. They're pulling them out.
Now they switched. Was it a simul?
I think they just kind of know who's going to be doing better against who, and that's Jesse and Jason figuring that out.
Well, it's 7-7 right now.
Yes, it is.
Red needs this round to stay alive. Blue gets this round, they win the match.
Does look like Red took the hit, or took the 30 seconds left in this match.
Red up by 1, 8-7. Yep.
Red up. Oh, he's switching up his stance even. This is a hard that back stance to guard up against and figure out what they're going to do. I know a lot of people have trouble with it. Oh, look at that. He missed him, but who came in first?
Did he get him on the rebound?
It does look like he knocked his head down.
Blue ties it up as time expires. We're going into sudden death. Nope, that's tied up.
Tied up.
Sudden death. Sudden death.
So Blue has just been getting the last point at the very end in these last 2 matches.
They go down, they come back.
Yep.
This is pivotal. Red needs this point to stay alive. Blue gets this point. They move on.
And everybody comes here because they want to get as many matches as possible. I mean, that's the point of coming out here.
No one likes to lose.
Looks like Red. What's the director's call?
3 judges call Red. Red gets the
round.
On,
third round.
Staying alive. Just like in the 70s.
Yes, sir.
Staying alive. 30-second break and round 3.
They were looking good. I think what each team is doing what they need to do. They're figuring out how to get around. They know who's good at fighting who, and they're not allowing one fight to go in and fighter go in and not be up against somebody that they are bad against. I always love when it goes to a third round. It means we got a good fight.
Round 3 is my favorite round.
Round 3. Well, this is the test round. What's next? And for the person who or for the team that won that first round, this is always like that man, I could have just ended it. Why, why didn't I just end it round? It tests you.
Right. You start thinking, right? What if?
What if I would have done this?
Yeah. And now the other team has momentum going into.
It looks like the other ring is 0-5. That's Pavlenko and David are up 1-5 in the third ring. So Joseph Pavlenko and David Ortiz are up at the moment in the third.
Against the Kaanapus.
I told you, I said earlier, they're a dark horse. They could be very good.
Yeah, so there's action going on in all 3 rings at the present moment.
Now it's 2-5 on the third. So Blue is coming back. Yeah, Blue 3. Oh, Simo.
Oh, we got no action in ring 2 right now. Looks like that's down. Ring 3's got a match going on, but
Joseph Pavlenko is now in.
Still, this is gonna be a struggle all day.
Oh, people standing in front.
I can't have. Well, look at the right. I mean, I taped it off for a reason, but nobody looks down. Just waiting for another fight. All right, here we go. Round 3. the decisive round 3.
Oh wow, looking like they're bringing it back 3-6.
All right, here we go.
Third one. Yep, now back onto the main ring.
We got look like Brian Williams starting this one up against Jesse Gill.
Wow, that's they switched it up. Oh no, they didn't. This is who they've been wanting to fight.
This is the matchup.
They're not trying to switch
like
anything up.
Matchup,
yeah. Well, it's like he's a big dude too. What was his name?
Brian Williams out of Minnesota. Blue.
Don't miss, because Jesse's gonna take advantage.
No, Blue got that point.
Oh really? That's why I'm not a director.
Wait a minute.
Wow. Those thrusts that Jesse have are insane. Oh, just pushes him down, goes in. Don't try to block that. He's going to push through. What is that? 2?
First one was a Blue point. So we're tied at 1. Yeah, see, I was confused there for a second. 1-all. All right.
Oh, just came in.
Blue got there before the jump strike was able to land.
While he was jumping, he just brought it right down across his body.
2-1 now. Blue with a 1-point advantage.
They're figuring each other out. You know, noticing these two are doing a majority. Yeah, Jesse takes the shot again. I think it's time to, to just step back, maybe get somebody else in, tag out. Because Jesse's been doing a lot of the fighting. Oh, but look at him. He ain't scared. That's a pseudo flying squirrel going on there. He just didn't hit the ground.
Hey, did he leave his feet? That was more just like a good...
Look at that. We're going to break blades today.
That was a great exchange. What an exchange there. Blue gets that point, but that was... Whoa.
It's because he's choked up. He pushed him away and went in for the strike. Blue got that point and was great. Yeah, you got to hit him.
So Blue's in more of a defensive stance. Red's more of an offensive stance.
I think that Blue has just figured him out. You know, you can only find outboxing so much. I call it outboxing.
Right.
You can only outbox so much before somebody just comes in and slaps you in the face or outboxes you better.
Here we go.
And Blue really has been getting.
We still got switching out.
Blue has been a really good counter fighter this match.
He really has. Now we got, I think, the matchup that's more to Red's advantage.
Yeah,
Red got in there, got it. Red gets in there, gets a point.
Yeah, there you go.
5-3.
5-3. They got to do something to come back. I mean, they were down by 4. That's a hard deficit.
It is.
Oh, he should have. Oh, look at that. He went low. Went for the legs. Does look like Blue hit the legs of Red. So Blue is now up again, 6-3. Oh, 3-point deficit.
You said 3 points, right?
Yeah, this is make or break.
Decisive.
Oh, look at that. Oh, just
great exchange.
So Blue came in, and when he missed Red came in, and Blue just sort of pushed away, and he just pushed it away from underneath and then came up from on top. That was a beautiful exchange.
That was kind of that, yeah.
Well, it's about pairing. It's like almost like a parry, like a push you out of the way, slam
and
down.
then tap.
Yep.
But Red comes back, gets another point, 7-4 now.
Yeah, it's a hard deficit, but it's definitely you're able to come back. But you really have to change your game.
You're keeping it around that 3-point, manageable deficit,
yep.
Depending on time.
So it does look like some are calling Red, some are calling Blue on that.
Simul called, so we're switching out. I think this works in Blue's advantage.
Yeah, 4-7, and the clock's running. So.
How much time on the clock?
Minute and a half. Oh, Flying Squirrel pushed him away and said, "Don't try that on me."
Doesn't land.
Don't try that on me, Jesse. That's what he said.
Blue's up now 8-4.
I've always
a minute and a half left. It's still. Now Blue's up.
Yeah, he's just being aggressive. It's hard. He's down. They know the time's running.
Clocking. Yep. Clock is running.
This is the hardest point to be at this far down in a fight, knowing that coming back is just almost
there.
impossible.
It is. Red gets the point. stays alive. 1 minute remaining. 9-5 match point for
5-9.
blue.
This is when your metal is tested. Yeah,
Looks like blue just closed it out. Blue gets the point. Blue gets the win. Tony Lucian, Brian Williams, Minnesota moving on.
What a great match, though. I mean, they both showed their mettle. They both came back. They both had fun. Or all four of them had fun.
Hey, Eric, who's next?
I'm not sure. Depends on who's doing where.
Trying to figure out who's next with 3 rings running.
Right? Who's won? Who hasn't? And it doesn't look like they've been filling it out either.
No.
So we're just going to try to figure that out.
I don't know who's fighting in which ring.
Yeah, so the directors are supposed to come over here.
It's
and fill
Jerry
it out.
Hazard. I'm pretty sure it's Jerry Hazard and his partner versus. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so we're just going down. Yeah.
Because I see Eric. I see Eric from.
Is Rimbliss going? Oh yeah, they're going right
they're
now.
Going there.
Okay, you're right. Yeah,
so
it's
I see
Hazard.
Strange and Rimbliss. Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, we're on Jerry Hazard and Reyes.
Rimbliss is strange. So. Bad joke. Nobody laughed. Not even.
Rimbliss is strange.
He is. He's like one of my.
He's super into wrestling though, so I love that guy.
Yes.
Super into wrestling.
Alrighty.
What are they saying? Do we have any questions?
We have Dustin and Robert from Ohio, over in. Looks like it's gonna be the blue corner.
So these teams are actually new to me.
They're both Ohio, and then Jerry Hazard, and I am not familiar with his partner, Reyes. First name unknown.
Oh wow, it's changed in 3. Blue is up 4 to. It almost looks like one.
This is a different round for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a different round. But to see them coming back like this is.
We're talking a little bit about the Ring 3 action, unfortunately.
I wish we could show it. Yeah.
Yeah, if we had more cameras.
It does look like 4 to 2.
And 7 more people, and better bandwidth, clearly. All right, that was a good round. Three or a good opening match. 3 rounds.
That's the type of match you want. You go to 3, I'm happy every time. It just means you gotta them fairly put together.
So Jerry Hazard's out of California, right?
Not that I know of.
Hazard, North Cal?
Maybe he's NorCal.
I can't remember it. And they took down the screen they were supposed to leave up with all the names on it. So
we're flying lonely here.
Yep.
You're my wingman.
I'm
your wingman.
I'm gonna have to pull up my own information. I need a fax checker. That's what I need.
Yeah. We need like an assistant.
New Mexico. He's out of New Mexico.
Yeah, New Mexico. Yeah. But he has fought at Dark Watch.
And he's fighting with somebody out of Texas.
He's a good fighter.
Reyes. I'm not 100% sure. First name on that one.
Didn't he just win something? I'm Hazard.
Yeah, he won the 50 plus yesterday.
Yeah, there you go.
It was he had an amazing showing in the 50 plus.
So he has to be like his team has to be someone we're looking at, right?
Well, his partner is an unknown to me. He's out of the Texas charter. I remember him saying that when he was up at the desk.
It's hard. They probably don't fight a lot together. But I mean, New Mexico, Texas, it's close. But is it drivable?
And then Ohio.
I mean, Texas is huge.
They probably don't train together often. I know the Ohio guys train together. I mean, they're all part of the Columbus Saber Academy, and they train very hard out there. I've been out there, trained with Tom Amoroso and Tanner Martin and guys out there, Rocky Willis.
I would love to watch this one pass.
Looks like we're getting ready here.
Get Charlie Cummings and Terry on the number 1, but
I know, when does their match start?
After this one.
Oh,
I know.
I
was
like, let go in our ring.
Pass.
That means they're not going to go in our ring. We'll have to.
You can't always get the best.
Yeah, unfortunately, we won't see that match.
Everybody,
we will make sure
enough cameras
we'll make sure
up,
that round 2 goes on here though.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're almost ready. We got all the judges in place.
Yeah, we got Spider-Man judging.
Spider-Man. Yeah, Chris Besserell out of Florida.
Yeah.
Spider-Man fighting with Deadpool later.
Fidel Gonzalez walking around. He looks a little lost, really.
Standing right in front of the camera.
Yeah, right in front of the camera.
And now he's in front of another camera.
Right in front of another camera.
So, that's fine. They're not fighting yet. So
when you're lost, you're really lost. That's a SoCal thing.
When you tape off areas on the floor for people not to stand on, they tend not to stare at the floor and not understand why there's tape there that they shouldn't be standing.
It's really a Southern California thing.
No, this is universal. I've yelled at people from Hawaii.
We have been acknowledged.
All over the place. All right, here we go. Getting ready. Blue fighters, all in black. Red
we
fighters.
We got the monks versus the Scots.
Very, very. I love Jerry Hazard's mask. That pinstriping is nice.
Yeah.
Whoever did that pinstriping on Jerry Hazard's mask did a really good job.
You're almost making it sound like you did it.
No, I'm no painter. I'm no painter. Finger painting is about the highest level of skill I have in that.
I do all of my art on the computer.
Okay.
Because I can just delete it and redo it. Oh, he's got a ripper blade, it looks like, too.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous green blade.
Oh, look. Both of these fighters right now, it's like they're not even feeling each other out. They're just going in for the strikes. Like, let's just strike each other and who gets it first. It's almost like there was
Martin
no defense
Reyes
even.
From Austin, Texas. Thank you, chat, once again. It's Martin Reyes.
Martin Reyes. Oh, Martin. Yeah, I actually know. Martin actually likes my page and comments on stuff.
It's so funny. We know everybody from like the social media stuff, but then like the faces, it's hard to, you know what I mean? It is. It's weird because you see the name all the time, but then once you hear it, you're like, oh yeah. So thank you.
But isn't that what's awesome about getting out to these events?
It is. That's
like
camaraderie
finally
and the gathering. Yep.
And it's funny because everybody in the Saber industry, they all have Saber pictures instead of like main pictures. So a lot of times, like, who is this person?
Everyone's geared up. So
yeah.
You're like, I noticed that gear. Don't know
that
name.
Oh man, Hazard
with a dirty point.
Well, can I say
not dirty in the sense of it was
he's being
clean,
hazardous?
but he is being hazardous.
That was a hazardous strike to somebody's chest.
That was nasty dirty, like, like that was filthy. That was a filthy strike.
He goes
5-0. Red's out to a healthy lead.
He doesn't sing songs about remembering him. He just says, I'm going to hit you and you're going to remember me. Oh, look at that. Just caught him.
Blue needed that point.
The flourish will kill you.
Blue point, Eric. Blue point.
The flourish will kill you at times.
Yep.
It just...
Red point. All right.
No, you're good.
6-1.
Red is just a solid team.
And we thought the Ohio team was going to be better because of their working together, but that underneath.
Really,
again,
it was the Scottish kilts for me.
That's skill. That's skill right there.
The monks, as I have called them.
Oh, and then there's a head tap, just for fun.
I know. They're just
8-1.
Team Monk is on fire.
Jerry's out there putting on a clinic again. Oh, tag out.
And Martin started it off, and he didn't lose points. Look at that. He says, I'm coming in, and I'm going to poke you in the chest, and you're going to remember that my name is Martin next time.
Oh, my gosh. There it is.
10-1.
Round 1 goes to Red. Holy moly.
Oh, it was a groin shot. Martin got a groin shot. One thing, though, the fighters need to know is once the call is made, you can't really argue,
Yeah, nope, you gotta just live with the call.
Take it.
Move on to the next point. Red gets the next point, though, and
but it
still
was nice
takes
to see the director to take that into account and allow for the point to be remade.
Martin did kick ass. The live chat's 100% on that one. That was
Martin didn't need Jerry, and Jerry didn't need Martin.
Jerry just continued his impressive performance from yesterday and carried it through to today.
I think they're so good, we're going to split them up. They're going to have to do tag teams alone.
In this,
That was a
in this
great
opening
fight.
match, they came out on fire.
They're Team Monks for now on.
Now let's see
I
how
like that.
Ohio, adapts and changes for the next round.
It's funny that they actually have people on here watching and know them. And they're happy with.
Oh,
them,
you should. The live chat is my favorite
Yeah.
because they are so helpful and they are so
I'm glad you're paying
enthusiastic about the
attention.
product and about what we're doing. It's so great to have them. We appreciate everyone watching.
What do they say about the Saber armor?
By the armor. That's true, right?
People just know me by my beard, so.
and your
Beards,
and your
beards
beautiful
and
sabers.
TSL armors. Oh yes, that's true.
And your beautiful sabers. He brought a saber with Thor's hammer. It
almost
may or
stole
may
it.
not disappear over the weekend, and I will have no knowledge of what happened. Round 2's underway here.
It looks like Red came down first when he went for this when Blue went for the strike to the lower body.
Red continues. Red with another point, 2-0.
At this point, you gotta have to block. You gotta understand. So Blue is fighting with much shorter weapons, and I know yesterday, and we can talk about that because yesterday
Yeah.
somebody made the comment about the shorter sabers were a lot more fun to watch. What I would say to that is that either way, a good fighter is a good fighter. A fun fighter is a fun fighter to watch.
Right.
You don't go to NASCAR with RPMs, or not RPMs, but horsepower lower than the guys next to you.
You don't have a governor on your NASCAR.
Yeah. So when you come out, TSL is part of it is about fighting with the best weapon, and the best weapons and are going to be the ones that are fighting. Longer weapons. You're still going to be able to do everything you can, but you just know Martin can just get in there where the other guy can, and he's not fighting with a fully length saber.
Got a nice bicep tap.
Look at
4-1
him.
now.
See,
Red
he
with
can
a
just get in.
5-1 now.
He can just get in, and it's it's sad to say.
Oh, why are we not getting this match? It
I
looks like it's
know.
going to be Terry and
Well, this
Charlie.
is almost over. I think that
you know
we need
what?
to call it.
They're from the. They're from. I think. I don't know
Oh,
where
this
those two
is
are
the-
from. Who are they fighting?
Hey, David.
Oh no, it's
David, can you talk to the director? This one's almost over. We want that match on this one.
Let me see here.
This
Hold
match
on.
is almost over. We want that match on this. So because it's Charlie. Okay. Yeah. Can you tell the director? Yeah.
another line?
No.
Oh, it's Jeff Johnson.
Too bad. We want them over here.
All right. It is a 6-1 right now.
This one's almost over.
Switching out. 6 on top.
6-2.
Red on top. 6-2. Sorry. Move the panda. David. Not in the green. Got it. Thank you, Livestream. Oh, Jerry with another point. 7-3.
This red team is just on fire. I mean, they may have just gone from dark horse to front runner.
They are very impressive.
I didn't even take into account that Jerry Hazard was on this team when I didn't talk about them earlier. But do you see the back and forth on that?
We said there were going to be teams that we were overlooking that we didn't know. We just didn't know what to expect.
You can't know everybody.
Nope.
We do our best. But I announce mostly for Southern California, and you announce,
Minnesota.
mostly for Minnesota.
Red
And,
gets
and
another
that's what I
point.
love about this. We can get out and meet these new people.
8-4 now.
Jerry Hazard is just on it.
Red gets another point. 9-4.
This is a better match, though.
Match point. Red's going to take this round. Red is going to take this match. Blue made a contact, though. Stays alive now.
5-9.
Still match point. Still match point. All Red needs one, and they're done. Oh, I think they just got it. Yes,
Yeah.
they did. 10-5.
Congratulations to both parties on
Jerry
that one.
Hazard and Martin Reyes.
You know
move
what? They
on.
did make enough changes that they were able to score more points in the second match. And isn't that about it? It's about the growth. It's about testing your mettle.
It really is.
They came down and they actually did a good job bringing it back. Hey, we did get your amazing hug on camera, though. Thor is instructing people what green lines on the carpet mean.
All day. All day. Livestream demands it, though.
Yes.
They yell at me if I don't do it. So I have to do it. All right, so it looks like we're getting what we wanted.
Yeah, well,
because we threw a temper tantrum.
When you're a diva,
we stamped our feet,
so we get the
and
matches we want.
We're not doing this any longer unless we get Team Legion versus Jeff Johnson and Michael Bennett.
Yeah. I'm Diva Dale. You're Diva Thor.
That's right. That is right. Jeff's my boy. Yeah, we moved that match just for the people. Look what we do for you guys.
We are the people's announcers.
We are all about the people.
When I'm a champion, I'll be the people's champion. But
I just tell them if you smell what the hammer's cooking.
Yeah. I just, my name's Dale. Hi. I don't have a gimmick yet.
My name's Thor.
Sometimes when I'm excited about matches, I start yelling.
Oh, yesterday I was going crazy yesterday.
You should ask them.
I spiked the microphone many times.
When there's a match that I'm excited about, you'll know.
All right, so it looks like we're already through the first round.
Yeah. Well, no, this will be the last of the first round.
This will be the last match we'll have for the first round, and then we're gonna move to round 2. Unbelievable.
This is gonna be a good match.
This is moving a little quicker than I thought, but with 3 rings, that tends to happen.
But the thing is, there's some fighters we haven't even seen yet because the DeGraff's got a bye.
Yep.
Tom DeMartino, who placed, I believe, 4th last year at TSL 3, he hasn't even fought yet.
Yep. The Graham Bresserl got a bye. Laudenschlager, Mark Carrico got a bye.
That's going to be.
And the winner of this match will actually face Mark Carrico and David Laudenschlager in round 2.
You got Fidel Gonzalez.
And we are going to make sure that match is here too.
Fidel Gonzalez and Ryan Lannon, who Gonzalez is the SoCal, one of the charter reps. Yeah, there's so many great fighters that we haven't even seen fight in the first round because they got buys.
I've now resorted just to telling them pre-match, so you can't say I didn't know.
Yeah.
When I have to tell you again.
Dude, we have fines.
This match is going to be insane.
What if
I will start charging. Actually, I'm going to start charging patches.
Point fines.
You're standing in the wrong spot. That's going to be a patch.
Or you just give
And
them
if I already have your patch,
the dunce cap patch.
5 push-ups. it's half of dropping your saber.
The dunce cap patch. Or the green line patch. Stood on the green line.
You're a better door than a window patch.
Yes.
As my father used to tell me when I was standing in front of the TV as a young boy, Thor, can you get the heck out of the way? You make a better door than a window.
I have 3 boys.
He sounds like that too. It's a spot-on impersonation.
I have 3 boys,
yeah.
So it sounds much like me. It must just be a fatherly thing.
I have 1, but he's like under 3 feet tall, and my TVs are hanging high on the wall. So.
I'm training the next generation of TSL champs.
Here we go. We got Team Legion versus Jeff Johnson and Michael Bennett.
Oh, Jeff Johnson is out of
Oregon. They're both out of Oregon.
Yes,
Oregon
the
versus
Revenites,
Minnesota.
Correct? Yeah, and they've even moved their nice little banner over.
They have their banner. It is not on camera, so
it
unable to be seen, but
it's okay. It's lopsided.
Just agree us, or just believe us. It's there.
The Revenites don't pay attention to lopsided banners.
And balancing things is tough.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they didn't have a level. Maybe
you're right. You're right.
Maybe they see crooked.
The perfectionist
in me. We got Terry Birnbaum.
Yes, Terry up against.
And we got Jeff Johnson.
Jeff is a bit of a talker.
Blue gets the point.
Blue gets
a
point.
Early 1-0 lead.
I don't know if Wins it, goes in for
Terry,
the switch.
Terry tags out Charlie, or
Here's
tags
the reason.
in Charlie.
Here's the reason. Jeff was fighting to his counter at that point. So it was a strategic position.
Right. Oh, I thought Red get in there on that face mask, or did Blue get the underarm?
It is hard to tell.
Yep,
That was hard to tell because he did miss, but he came back real quick.
His recovery was fast, but I don't think it was fast enough to get Charlie before he tapped the mask. We got to hold, disarm. Ooh.
Oh, he tried to do a trick.
He almost
It turned
did
into a fail, did another trick to get it. I'm calling that a successful trick.
Okay, no point of order for that exchange. We're moving on. It never happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got to watch out.
Oh,
it's like he's fighting a two-handed with a one-handed. He's fighting different because I believe, if I'm looking at him correctly, his right hand is back, and most people fight with their left hand back.
Red gets the point.
The thing is that by fighting with his right hand back, he's allowing himself to get more distance with that right hand when he lets go with his left. It's just not a standard way of fighting.
Okay.
So we are 2 up at this point. You know, Jeff did really good at TSL 2. I can't remember how good he did in 3. That was an odd block.
That was.
That was an odd block, but it worked.
Well, Red got the point, so not really.
Oh, you're right.
3-2 now. Red with a 1-point advantage. We're tied up at 3.
Yeah, tied up at 3 again. Wow, much closer than what I thought.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, the belly. Get in my belly.
Ooh. Oh, that.
Yeah, there was.
That had to sting. Red point.
Oh, he's got a tail.
Yes, he does have a tail. Our green fighter has a tail. 4-3 now. Red with a 1-point advantage.
That's a very Portland thing.
Oh. Blue.
That's a very Portland thing to have a tail like that.
Red point. They're tagging out. 5-3 now. 5-3.
You know, the Revenites are solid fighters, though. I mean, they're not taking points. You know,
No,
I mean, they're giving back as just as much as they're getting. 5-3. You know, when you have the two heads of TSL who, you know, put a lot into this, you think they're going to be up.
There's an intimidation factor there.
Oh, yeah. I was surprised that Jeff came out with that loudness, you know, because, but sometimes you got to do it to pump yourself up, right? Oh, look. Jeff is, he's a drunken boxer now, or he's a drunken fighter.
Moving very fluidly.
I don't. Oh, Charlie said.
Charlie just was like, nope, I'm coming straight through.
Yeah, Charlie
Red
said,
point,
if you're drunk,
6-3.
you're going down, kid.
My
He
Uber
said-
driver asked me, I was so proud. Like, bro, I'm watching Saber fighting.
Charlie said, I've been drinking longer than you've been alive. That drunken boxing ain't working on me.
Oh.
Good honor.
Back a wrist tap, 6-4 now.
6-4.
Red still with a 2-point advantage. Whoa.
You know, actually, Jeff is a client of mine. I do a lot of work for him, and I have been doing work for him since TSL 2, so it's cool to see him out here. And he always comes with Dress to Impress as well.
He does. He's always got great armor, great style. I remember at TSL 2, he was one of the first people I videoed doing flourishing and stuff.
Yeah, you know, you can't go low on Charlie. Charlie's just going to knock you down.
No, Charlie is a solid base.
Oh, yeah. And he's
7-4.
getting into it. Remember, this is his first fight today.
He looks locked into
look,
me.
nice lower strike there, though.
Blue
He got
point.
in on him. You know, every time you think they're going to be far ahead, you know, 7-5. Here comes Terry. Terry had a great showing at the Masters tournament.
Oh,
He's
yeah, he
just
did.
continuing.
Undefeated and winning it. I would say that's
Yeah.
a pretty good showing.
I did some announcing for their for their calls. Oh, the director almost took a shot.
Red gets that point on the down
Maybe just
strike.
from my angle, but that director
Yeah, no,
did a
she
little
did the
back.
lean back.
Lean back.
All right, Terry and Charlie, red. Jeff and Mike, blue.
We're 8-5.
Doing a
They're
little
now at
air
3
guitar.
points.
All right.
Yeah, Jeff's a goofball.
That is,
If you air guitar Terry, he's going to
Helmet-
knock your block off.
helmet
all right?
comes off. It still looked like blue got the point, even though they lost their helmet.
What was that? Did Terry just give him a naughty, or did
Blue
he
did
explain
get the
some
point.
stuff?
Yeah.
He was giving him the point. He said he got it
Yeah.
first.
He was acknowledging the point. 8-6 right now.
I've never seen the air guitar work, but it
did there.
It worked in effect.
First time for everything. Ooh. Blue gets another point now. 8-7.
Was that? I mean, they're not calling low thrust, so that almost seemed like a low thrust. If anything underneath the ribs is going to be low.
It's too low.
I mean, hey, that's up for them to call. It just seemed low to me.
Right. Ooh.
8-7. Wow.
8-7. This is a tighter first round than I think most people expected.
Oh,
this is why we moved this match. This is exactly why we moved this match into this one.
Yeah. Well, Jeff is a veteran. We talked about the veterans are going to be the guys who know how to come back, how to stay in a fight.
All right. We're just making sure Jeff's all right here.
Jeff has been known in the past to hit a little hard. So we are calling valid.
So 9-7. It'll be match. It'll be round point here in this round one. Wow, this has been an impressive round one.
Well, I just realized he has how to train your dragons on. That's what's on his shoulder, on Jeff's shoulders. The eyeballs that are on Jeff's shoulders. I was trying to figure that out. Came back, huh? I thought you guys were going to win.
Moving people out of the way.
We had an Oregon
doing what I gotta do. Time's been called.
With a rebel yell, Oregon announces their presence.
9-7. 9-7. We go to round two.
So it looks
Team
like the
Legion
graphs are
takes
up
it.
for the first time on the third.
That means we're in round two.
Yeah. So
Round
we are
two
entering
started.
round two.
We're still in round one over here.
So 9-7. We are at 9-7 for that match. The Team Legion took it.
Round two coming up next. The pivotal round two now. Blue needs us to stay alive.
Yes. Which,
Ropes.
with the way they were fighting, they could. They could still stay alive.
I should get rope barriers. Rope it off. That's a good thing. Hey, maybe in the interim, I'll see if I can.
We'll definitely probably do that tomorrow.
I'll see if I can procure some from CombatCon in the downtime between the tag team tournament and the exotics. So.
And we'll try to keep looking at what you guys are all saying so that we can comment as
and
well.
I'll,
So
and
if you
I'll
have
keep
any
jumping
questions,
up and yelling at people. So it's I need my exercise for the day.
He'll yell. I'll answer questions.
They're half squats.
Yeah.
That was
so far. Which match are you the most excited about that you've seen?
Right